All right. Well, hey everybody. So, somebody asked me a long time ago, I think it was back in like January, I wonder if I can do an overview on this tractor for him, and I told him, because it was actually backed away in the corner over here, so I said I can't really do it, can't really show much on it, so you have to wait till spring or summer. So, well, I can get around to it a little bit here now, so hopefully the lighting isn't too bad. So, but we'll go over this tractor real quick here. So we'll just start over right by the cab door here. So, New Holland 8870 Ford 70 series New Holland, and I will just say right off the bat, this is probably one of the best series of tractors ever made by man. I will argue that these are some of the best machines ever built. Too bad they don't make them like this anymore, but oh well, way it goes. But fuel tank, 110 gallon capacity, I think. He's actually pretty good with fuel. Not too bad at all. I think baling he uses anywhere from, I guess for us anyways, maybe 4 to 5 gallons an hour, and then pulling the plow or doing any heavy tillage work, it's probably around, depending on how he's pulling, anywhere from 7 to 9 gallons an hour, I'd say, is what he comes to do for 210 engine horsepower. I think it's 180 PTO. I love the hood on this thing. Pretty straightforward though. Oil filter, engine oil check, oil fill, coolant reservoir. Of course, this is for the opening the hood. Got little side panels you can pull in and out here. Get easy access to your dipstick and seeing your coolant reservoir. Coolant filter. This is your air intake, air filters in here. Of course, the radiators. We call them radiators up here, anyways, not radiators, because radiate heat. I don't think it's not radiate heat. They radiate heat, but they're pretty easy to clean though. They got their little rubber hooks on here, or you want to call them again, straps. Makes it pretty easy to clean. Got a lot of space in here to get to the radiators, so clean them out. Air intake is right here. Alternator, fuel filter. It's got an oil leak on it. The oil pan seal is going. So that's why you see all that oil kind of built up on here right now. It's the oil pan seal leaking, seeping. That'll have to get addressed eventually here. Once it starts getting worse and worse, I'll have to get taken care of then, but that'll be an expensive bill. There we go. Yeah, I said air filter there. So batteries are in here. 2 batteries. Yeah, got a jug of water strapped on there. It's got the super steer axle on here, which has pros and cons to it. It makes the steering really nice. You can make really sharp turns, and it just steers really good. But the one thing with this thing though is a lot of moving points here. You got 2 main pins here, rear and the front. That's how it's mounted onto the front axle. Because the front axle, if you're gonna take this disconnect or take this pin out and take that front pin out, the front axle would be released. So that's how it kind of, those 2 main pivot points. That's how it's mounted onto the frame, and then of course it's got your tie rods, your steering cylinders, and also the front weights too are actually part of the axle too. Because when you're actually turning, I'll show it sometime. When you're actually steering, it's not just the tire that moves, but the entire axle moves as well. And of course, this is actually on the axle. So actually all these weights move as well with the axle as well. Everything moves up here, so you can make tight turns, and it's a nice steering system. It's really nice. But like I say, the downfall of it is a lot of pivot points. Be up to date on greasing on these things so things don't wear out. I'm pretty particular about greasing stuff. So this is one of those things too that should be greased often so things last a long time. That's the engine. I know this one is made in Canada or manufactured in Canada. It's got the Canadian sticker on it. But it was, because there's a sticker up there that says something about versatile tractors. Because I want to say that Versatile had a very similar tractor, except for, of course, it had the Versatile logo on it. Because I forget what salesman I was talking about kind of who owned what at the time and whatnot, and talking about stuff. But because I don't know, my history memory is kind of hazy. But didn't Versatile jointly work with New Holland at one point or something like that? Because up here on the sticker up here, New Holland Canada Ltd, Versatile Farm Equipment Operations. So I could have swore that Versatile had a similar tractor, except for that, of course, had the Versatile lettering on here and red paint. Instead of it being blue paint, it was red paint. Because I could have swore there's a similar tractor out there like that. Maybe somebody can refresh my memory on that, how that all went. But all right, continuing on the other side here then. It's got a good light package on it. It's got one down here, one on the other side. Stadium lights, 2 on top, 2 on the back. Front headlights. Also some rear headlights here too. And one back here as well, so it's got a pretty decent light package. 2 hydraulic filters, as you can see them sitting up there, 2 of them right beside each other. There's also a strainer in here too. I think that's it right there. That changed the transmission oil, trans hydraulic oil. Gotta clean that screen out. I think it's for the power shuttle on here. So this one has 4 hydraulic remotes. Electrical connection back here for lights. Oil dipstick, oil fill right here. Breather filter. The dipsticks is, it's right over here on the axle somewhere here. Somewhere on the left side there. Easy to get to. Remote hydraulic speeds, oil flow adjustments, windshield wipe, washer fluid. Plus, this tractor has duals. We have the duals off right now. As you can see, it's got this for another set of duals on here for this tractor anyways. Up on top, another air filter. Yeah, here's the hydraulic dipstick right here. Easy to get to. It's really about it for the outside. I mean, everything's mostly easy to get to for all your usual maintenance stuff. Pretty easy to get to. The cab is really nice in here. I like this cab. Let's see back there. You got your air conditioner, thermostat, fan, front windshield wiper. It can have a rear windshield wiper, but tractor never came with one, which is fine. Whoopie ding. Radio. We got a CB mounted in here, right here. So 3.4 rear remote hydraulics, PTO for your draft control, and rear linkage speed, I believe, down speed, and that's actually lift capacity or lift height. That's draft control. Differential. It's got an auto shifting transmission on here. It's got a button on here. We've never ever used it. I guess I like being more manual, I guess. But front wheel assist, rear linkage, up and down, raise and lower. Got a toggle switch here too. Instead of using the lever, you can use toggle switch here. It's got programmable up and down shifts. Never really looked into it. I have used them a few times. I think right now they're programmed to shift 3 gears. So, like if you shift them, press the rabbit to shift up, it'll actually shift 3 gears on its own. It's actually kind of neat. I did have used it a few times. So then you don't have to do this. But this is fun here though. I like the transmission of this tractor. It's a 16-speed power shift, 16 forward speeds, I think 9 reverse speeds. All you have to do to put it into gear to go forward, pull this button up here, forward, you're going forward. To back up, pop into neutral, just like that. To shift gears, shift up, shift down. Simple as that. I really like this thing. Works really good. Throttle, telescoping steering wheel, have it go way in, come way the hell out. Nice steering wheel, plenty of adjustment, plenty of leg room, no clutter up here by the steering wheel. It's really nice so your knees don't bop anything. I find that out in a lot of tractors is that they got so much stuff crammed up into here that it takes away knee space. It really sucks. So I can't have the steering wheel tilted down as much as I want or out as far as I want because my knees end up hitting it then. So, but I just like how it's clean here, clean looking. Lights, and also your light panel here to choose which lights you want on. Hazard lights. Override button. This override is for when you have a problem with the tractor. There's actually a warning label right here that tells you what to do. Hasn't happened to us yet, but it's pretty much if a warning light, one of the warning lights come on, one of the red, not the yellow lights, the actual red warning lights comes on, the instrument panel is gonna flash stop where your RPM gauge is at. This would actually yell stop here, and you actually have to press this override switch and downshift to 7th gear, because if you don't press the override switch and there's a problem, the tractor's just going to shut off in 30 seconds unless you press that then, so you can get parked and whatnot into a safe place. But, oh yeah, this thing's got a beep at me. Of course, you got fuel level, oil pressure, coolant temperature, exhaust temp. This thing actually has an exhaust temp on it, which is kind of handy. And then you got other features here then, PTO RPM, engine hours, whatnot. This tractor had, well, you guys probably saw it on the panel there. I guess I didn't look at it. But just getting to 5,000 hours, almost there. It's still a young tractor, I'd say, but for its age compared to ours. But power seat, raise and lower. It's got all sorts of adjustments on the seat. Very comfortable ride in here. And yeah. There you go. There's the R8870. I like this tractor. Like I say, if some of you saw that past video, which is my favorite tractor to use on this farm, it's a close race between this tractor and the Massey. It's a very close race. Very close race. But this tractor works really good. And main thing to do with it is that it's very convenient, reliable, good transmission. It's a very comfortable tractor. Easy to drive. This is the first tractor I drove, actually, was this tractor. This is the first one I drove back in, when I was a kid. So because it was the easiest to drive. This is all you need right here. So, and these tractors, I mean, yeah, it's got some age on it, but and low hours. But gosh, I've seen these tractors. I know a lot of my viewers too have seen them as well. Some of these tractors have easily over 10,000 hours in very little trouble. But we've had a little bit of trouble with it at times. Like they say, that battery cable was bad. What else was there? Of course, we have that oil seepage on it. Has gone through 2 water pumps on it. Age. I mean, that was just mainly the major stuff, I guess, so far. But you know, it's been good. It's a good tractor. The best tractor I've ever seen. Best series of tractors I've ever seen. So I don't plan on getting rid of this tractor anytime soon. Probably never. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. And I hope that I did a good enough overview for whoever asked for it a while back, a long time ago. But you know, I've got plenty of videos on it, either from baling, pulling the plow, hauling manure. You know, you can see this tractor in action. It works great. I really like this tractor, so. I think it's a 98 model, I believe it is. That makes it 20 years old this year, I think. 20 years old. Doesn't look a day over 5. I know, guys, if you guys were to put a price tag on this tractor, if I were to sell this tractor right now, what would be the price you'd give me? What would be the price? See, just under 5,000 hours. Well taken care of. What would your price tag be on it? Could I get 100,000? Could I get 100,000 for it? I forget what we paid for it way back when. I don't remember. Because it was actually a demo tractor that went out to several farms for people to use for a few hours, and of course we got it at a heavy discounted rate then because it was demoed. It wasn't new. I think it had, I don't know how many hours it had on it. Don't remember. It had a couple hundred hours on it, but damn good tractor.